Hey guys, welcome to another perfume video. I'm proud of myself for doing one this soon again because we all know how inconsistent I've been here. I'm going to try to keep posting, but if you want to see more perfume content from me, definitely follow me over on TikTok. I'll have that linked down below. It's just Tabitha Scent Obsession like it is here. Today I'm going to be reviewing a niche fragrance house. I have a few different scents and I want to go over them with you guys. So these are from Shay Blue. And I actually had one of these on my wish list because I was really wanting to try it. I found it when I was looking for a lilac and gooseberry scent. If you guys know the TV show The Witcher, one of the main characters in there is said to smell like lilacs and gooseberries. And I knew there had to be a perfume out there of the scent. So I saw that Shay Blue had one, and then literally a few months later, they reached out and wanted to send me a discovery set with that fragrance included. So that was really lucky for me. They're not sponsoring this or anything. They just sent this over for me to try and I was very excited. So this is what the inside looks like. I have 5 different perfumes here. I have sprayed all of these on paper, but I haven't done full wear tests and everything with these. I've just smelled them and I want to give you my thoughts on the scents. So first we have Lilacs and Gooseberries. I love the packaging on these travel sprays. It feels very good quality. I just feel like a lot of designer travel sprays nowadays are so flimsy and the cap just falls off, and this actually it's on there good. It's not gonna come off. But anyways, Lilacs and Gooseberries is definitely a very fresh, light, fruity floral. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. And the notes on this one are literally just lilac, gooseberry, and white amber. So it's not super complex. It's just a nice freshie for the summertime. And I know that a lot of people say this doesn't really match the character in the TV show, but the truth is, when you picture a lilac and gooseberry scent, you don't really picture something dark and mysterious. I feel like this fits the scent profile. And I also heard someone saying, if you're familiar with that show, she uses that scent to be a memory trigger for her love interest. It's not necessarily what she always smells like or her personal signature scent that she would choose for herself, I think. Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong, but I don't know. I think it smells really nice. I really like the scent of lilacs and just purple florals in general, so I can see myself wearing this one for the summertime. Okay, and moving on to the next one, we have Salt Caramel, and I feel like this one is kind of popular within the brand, their fragrances. I've heard this one talked about a little bit more than some of these others. This one has a darker caramel colored juice. It definitely has that salted caramel scent to it, but I do feel like when you smell it out of the bottle, it gives a little bit of that, I don't want to say it, I don't want to say cat pee, but sometimes it smells a little bit like that. Sometimes it smells delicious, caramel, sweet, especially when you spray it, but when you smell it out of the bottle, and I think when it's really dried down, you kind of get whiffs of that. And I can't risk that. I can't do it. So for me, I don't think I would really wear this, but I know some people think it smells really delicious on them. So it's one of those things you kind of just have to figure it out for yourself. But I don't think I'm going to be keeping this one because just like I said, I can't risk that. The notes in this one are caramel, sea salt, tonka bean, and sandalwood. And it's definitely a salty caramel, but can't do that undertone. Okay, and then the next one in here, I think this is my other favorite besides lilacs and gooseberries. This is blood oranges, and the notes in this one are blood orange, leather, woody notes, musk, and amber. And it's just a really bright, juicy citrus with kind of that softer, suede-y kind of dry down. It's not overly sweet, but it's juicy and fresh. And this would be just a really good layering scent to have when I want to add a citrus to something. So I'm definitely going to wear this one. I do feel like the longevity isn't as good just based on when I sprayed it. This kind of faded from the paper faster than any of these others when I went back to smell them the next day. The others were still pretty strong, and this one was just a lot more faint. So I can tell the longevity isn't great, but that's kind of to be expected with a citrus scent, especially something that is mainly citrus. I just feel like you can never make it last super long because that's just the nature of it, unless you add a ton of musk to it, and then that's what you get in the dry down. And for me, I want the citrus to stick around. I want that to be what lasts, and you just pretty much can't make that happen. So I feel like if a citrus perfume lasts, it's because there are deeper notes. Anyways, there's not much else to say about this one, but I do really like it. The next one, is Melrose Apple Blossom. Let's pull up the notes for this one and just get the notes out of the way. So the notes in this one are flowers, bamboo, candy apple, salt, and amber. Now, you definitely get the apple in this, but you also get the floral really strong. And this one I think is like the strongest, longest lasting out of these as far as like when I tested them on paper. It's definitely like a pretty strong fruity floral, but it's really nice. I do like it. I just don't know if it's one that I would wear a ton. It kind of reminds me of Wild Poppy from Nest. This is a lot sweeter than Melrose Apple Blossom, but it has that kind of floral tone to it, if you know what I mean. If you've ever smelled that or similar fragrances, it's just kind of intense, but it smells really good. And because of that, it does last and project. And it has like a clean kind of quality to it, I think probably from the bamboo. So this is one that I'm a little bit on the fence about. I do feel like this video is going to go pretty quickly. I just wanted to go over these scents and review them, but obviously there are still a bunch of other Shay Blue perfumes that I haven't tried out personally. But then the last one I have here is Black Tulip, and this one is definitely more of a deeper kind of nighttime scent. The notes in this are cyclamen, snowdrops, plum, tulip, white chocolate, and woody notes. And this is definitely a deeper scent. I get the plum, but I also really get the woody notes in this one. I think mixed with the white chocolate, it gives it a little bit more of a creamy element. And I feel like it can be hard with woody notes to still have a creamy element to it unless it's like a really well blended sandalwood. And I don't always want sandalwood. Sometimes I feel like just sandalwood in a perfume is slightly triggering to me, and I think it's because of Santal 33. I'm like kind of over that DNA. But this is definitely like a mix of woody notes. And like I said, the white chocolate gives it this creaminess, and then the plum kind of, it's like a dark fruit element. And it's a good like nighttime type of scent if you want something that's not like that generic typical scent. I feel like this is a little bit different compared to the others in here. This one is more unique. It smells more niche to me. You kind of want that from a niche house, but I'm gonna have to test this one out a little bit because I'm not sure if this is something I'll wear a lot, but so far I like it, and I could see myself grabbing it if I want like a nighttime scent. Like I said, that's not generic or like too sweet. It's interesting on Fragrantica, a few people are saying this smells like Shirosa 40, and that, I don't know, I don't really get that. I think I've only smelled it like once, but I know that that type of scent, that like soft vanilla, I think it's just the plum in there that's making people say it smells similar, but I don't know. I think it's definitely deeper and not as sweet. Anyways, those are my current thoughts on those 5 perfumes. I would love to try more from the house, but that's where we're at now. And I don't know, I kind of think maybe I'll want a full bottle of Lilacs and Gooseberries at some point. I do think the bottles are really pretty of their perfumes, and I think it would be a nice one to have in my collection, and also just like when I'm wearing it, be able to tell people that the perfume I'm wearing is Lilacs and Gooseberries. And obviously, like if you know the show, then it's kind of a cool thing to tell people. I know it was like a game first, so probably a lot of people know about it as a game and as a show. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this sort of like mini review of Shay Blue. Let me know what other perfumes or perfume houses or brands you want me to review. In general, I'd love to do more fragrance reviews. I should have a sample haul coming soon, which I'm very excited about because I just made a big order on the Perfumed Court, one of my favorite places to get samples that's really affordable, especially if I'm doing dabbers. If I'm doing sprays, I love Scent Split, but the Perfumed Court is just so affordable, like between $2 and $4 for each sample, and that's the cheapest price I found for sure. So anyways, thanks for watching today's perfume review, and hopefully I'll see you back here next time.